how to play Pokémon Go. Things you need to know. 1. Each paw-print on the Pokémon tracker represents about a 100-meter distance. So at the most, you'll only have to run about 3 football fields if you see the silhouette of that Dragonite you've been looking for. 2. Your eggs won't gain hatching progress if you travel faster than 15 miles per hour. Some claim it's 12 miles per hour. Either way, you're probably not going to make any progress if you're driving. 3. Speaking of eggs, these are generally the Pokémon that hatch from the different egg types. There's an easier to read version of this list here. However, this list isn't 100% accurate, and you might find Pokémon in a 2 km egg that's listed here for 5 km eggs, for example. 4. That curve on your Pokémon's profile indicates its potential and should factor heavily into your decision to evolve or not. How much space is left on the curve is dependent upon your trainer level. If you have 2 Pokémon of similar CP and one has more progress left, that might end up being a stronger Pokémon. 5. There is a way to get Pikachu as your starter Pokémon. If you continually run away from your first battle with the starter Pokémon you choose, eventually Pikachu should show up as a starter option. 6. Turning off Arkansas, which can be done when you encounter a Pokémon, will save battery life. It won't make a huge difference, but it will use slightly less battery power, which could add up over time. 7. You can also download Google Maps offline for your area to save a bit on data and battery. Some users report that downloading local map data will help conserve a bit of battery and cut down on data use. It's a good idea in theory, but one of Google's engineers says it won't actually help you. Still, it won't hurt to try if you have the extra storage space. 8. You can train with the Pokémon at your own gym for extra XP and gym prestige. If you already have a spot at a gym, you can train instead of battling the other Pokémon there. When you do, you'll use only one of your Pokémon, and your Pokémon won't faint, but it will lose HP. You'll get a little bit, but not a ton, of XP and gym prestige at the end. 9. There's a new update out today that helps fix some of the annoying bugs present at launch. The fixes include not having to log in again every time you quit the app, thank goodness, and correcting the data that the app has access to in your Google account much less than before. 10. Stock up on lucky eggs and use them right before you're about to hatch a lot of eggs or evolve a lot of your Pokémon. If you want to level up fast, make sure you have at least 1 lucky egg. Then, get a bunch of candy and incubate some eggs until they're just about to hatch. When you pop the lucky egg, you'll get double XP for 30 minutes, so each Pokémon you evolve will get you 1000 XP instead of 500. Additionally, if you hatch those eggs and get new Pokémon out of them, you'll again get 1000 XP each. 11. The cheapest and easiest Pokémon to evolve are Weedle, Pidgey, Caterpie, and Rattata. Each of them only needs 12 candy of their type to evolve, so it's good to stock up on them for XP purposes. If you have a lucky egg, you can potentially evolve a bunch of them at once for massive XP gains. 12. Eevee evolutions are completely random. No matter what your Eevee's starting moves are, the Eevee evolution that they end up with seems to be totally random. Just keep your fingers crossed for that Vaporeon you're hoping for. Update: the Eevee mystery seems to have been solved, and you can now force an evolution once for each element. 13. Gyms can be one of the best sources of XP if you run away a lot. Go into a gym battle, defeat the first opponent, then run. You'll still get XP from the encounter, and you should be able to hop back in and do that indefinitely for a decent amount of XP per hour. 14. Consider renaming your most used Pokémon with their types and or abilities so you know which ones to pick in your gym battles. Since battles are real-time, it's tough to grab the right Pokémon for the matchup quickly. Naming your Pokémon in this way will help you make a snap decision. Sure, it's not as fun as the hilarious meme-based names you used before, but are you trying to be the very best or not? 15. You'll need to travel outside your area in order to complete your Pokédex. The Pokémon in your area are different from the Pokémon in other neighborhoods. You might need to go to a different town, state, or even country, depending on how close the border is, to actually catch them all. 16. Factors like the weather and time of day will affect what types of Pokémon you encounter. Dark and ghost Pokémon reportedly come out more often at night, and water-type Pokémon are more likely to show up in your area if it's raining. So Southern Californians might have trouble getting any water types. 17. You can collect your gym rewards once every 21 hours. Once you have a Pokémon guarding a gym, check the shield icon in the top right corner of the shop for defense bonuses. As long as you're stationed at that gym without being defeated, you'll get coins every 21 hours that you can spend on items. 18. Pokestops refresh about once every 5 minutes. When the color turns back from purple to blue, you're good to go collect more items. And that happens a lot faster than you'd think. 19. Avoid evolving a 3-tier evolution Pokémon unless you can do both evolutions right away. Let's say you have a Ghastly, and you evolve it right away into Haunter, but that leaves you with 0 Ghastly candy. By the time you earn enough Ghastly candy to evolve your Haunter into a Jengar, chances are you'll be a much higher level and will already be catching higher CP Ghastly and Haunter T. 20. If the game freezes while you're capturing a Pokémon and you have to quit out, just check your journal when you log back in. Your journal keeps a log of all your encounters, so it'll tell you if that Pokémon was caught or ran away while you were cursing and restarting the app. 21. And finally, here are the level up rewards for levels 1 to 20, in case you're curious. You get Raspberries at level 8, Great Balls at level 12, and Ultra Balls at level 20. For a larger version that will be updated as new info comes in. If you're here, it's because you want to become the best Pokémon trainer that you can be. If you're just getting started with Pokémon Go, then you should check out our guide to getting started before diving in here. This guide is for those of you who are grinding levels, capturing Pokémon and taking over gyms. As you know by now, there is a lot going on with Pokémon Go, and we're going to detail most of it out for you here. This game has grown at a pace never before seen in the history of mobile games. It has been truly incredible to watch as Pokémon Go became larger than Twitter almost overnight, with the average person using the app longer than most people use Facebook each day. The upside is there's a ton of people playing and loving this game with you. The downside is it's basically impossible to anticipate so many people using a game all at once, which means the game isn't always the smoothest ride ever. Unfortunately, these issues can only be fixed by waiting. Niantic is working hard to keep the servers up, but it's a lot of work to support so many people all at once. On top of occasional game freezes and offline messages, many people encounter a repeating error regarding the GPS on their phone or problems with the app failing to wake up when you put it in battery saver mode. Here's a quick list of the most common issues and how to triage them. Level up. To become the best Pokémon trainer out there, you'll need to level up not only your Pokémon, but your avatar as well. You'll level up by earning experience for actions you take in the game. This means everything from checking in at Pokéstops or gyms, to catching and evolving Pokémon. Now, while you earn XP for checking at Pokéstops, it isn't particularly substantial, especially when compared to the XP earned for catching and evolving Pokémon. There are 2 easy ways to make that lucky egg even more useful.